Hello and welcome to the launch of the Lamborghini Huracan Performante here at Imola, just in case you hadn't noticed the subtle branding behind me. Why are we here? Well, amusingly, this circuit is also known as the Autodromo Enzo Edino Ferrari. That's quite an amusing poke in the ribs by Lamborghini there, very characteristic of the brand, but also because Imola is just down the road from the Lamborghini factory, and also it has some very high-speed corners that perfectly demonstrate what this car is all about. Now, if you're looking at this and thinking it's just a Huracan with a body kit, you are wrong. Admittedly, to quite a few people, a Huracan with a body kit is fine, that's all they want, but this car is a lot more serious. This is Lamborghini going after the 458 Speciale, the McLaren 675 LT and cars of that kind. To that end, it has a little bit more power. It's gone from 610 to 640 horsepower. It weighs a bit less. It's 40 kilos lighter than a standard Huracan, and it's got the usual refinements to the suspension, chassis setup, steering, and all those kind of things. But the aero is really key to this car. This is the selling point that Lamborghini is pushing so hard with this car, and contributed to that astounding 6-minute 52 seconds Nürburgring lap time that so annoyed the guys at Porsche, who reckon that the 918 Spider should be the fastest car in the VW group family. Very funny, very Lamborghini. How did it do it though? Well, it's all to do with this system called ALA, or to give it its badly pronounced Italian name, Aerodinamica Lamborghini Attiva. I think we'll stick to ALA, shall we? It's a little bit easier. How does it work? Well, basically, it gives you two settings. It gives you a low downforce setting and a high downforce setting. Obviously, high downforce is good for the corners, low downforce for the straights. How it works, we have this splitter here at the front. Contained within it are some flaps. In the off setting, ALA is in its high downforce mode, so the splitter does all the usual stuff of sucking the front of the car down onto the road. At the back, you've probably noticed that gigantic rear wing. Again, in ALA off, the air flows over the wing, it does its usual wing stuff and contributes to as much as 750% more downforce than a regular Huracan. That's an astounding figure. Now, when ALA is activated by all the clever black boxes within the car, it detects when you're on the power, when you're on the straight, all that kind of thing. Flaps open at the front and in the back of the car here, and they reduce the drag. So they send the air through a different path under the car to speed it up. And here, they send air through these pillars and bleed it out through the bottom edge of the wing. Now, bear with me here because it is getting a little bit complicated, but it's very, very important. Bleeding the air off the back of the wing reduces the drag. So although you've got this giant wing on the back, it's not actually slowing the car down anymore. You can go as fast as you like, and that gives you the speed up the straights. Now it gets really clever, or techie, depending on your viewpoint. Using what Lamborghini calls aero vectoring, they can vary the downforce across the wing. That means in a corner, you can put downforce on the wheel that has less weight on it, and you can reduce the downforce on the other side. That's basically like skiing, where you put your weight on your outside leg when you're turning. It means that the downforce is then evenly distributed, even when there's lateral load on the car, and it reduces the steering angle, so that reduces understeer and slip angle on the tyres. It means you can get on the power harder and earlier, and contributes to that amazing pace. Now, the rest of the car has been fettled with a few detail upgrades. We've got these rather tasty exhausts here, which save 10 kilos and obviously make a fantastic noise. We've got a bronze intake manifold here. That's a nod to some classic high-performance Lamborghinis of the past. It's an overall package, but again, the main thing is that ALA aero system. I'm really intrigued to see what it feels like out on the circuit. I think it's probably time to do that, isn't it? So, is the Huracan Performante just a Lamborghini with a body kit? Or is this truly the answer to the 458 Speciale, the McLaren 675 LT? Well, I've got one lap to find out around Imola. Let's go. It is fierce. I didn't mention the tyres in my preamble, but the Trofeos that they did the ring lap on are core to the car's ability. We're on P0s now, but even so, the car just grips and goes. I've got an instructor in a regular Huracan in front of me. It's really interesting watching him. I've just got so much more confidence into the turns. You can see his car is battling to keep me at bay. I mean, obviously he's a professional racing driver, I'm just a hack. He's here to flatter my ego, but you know, he's having to work that car really hard. What can I tell you? So, really positive front end. At last, we've got the steering that we wanted in the Huracan. We've got dynamic steering, which is locked into a much tighter ratio than before. So, It doesn't vary all over the place, so we've got a front end that we can lean on and trust. And with it, we've got that incredible grip from the variable aero. You can just get on the power so confidently, so soon. The car just gives you massive confidence, which is how Marco Mappelli got that incredible lap around the Nürburgring, just by having the confidence to push hard. We've got slightly stiffer springs, but not that stiff. It's not a stiff car, because to get a car quickly around the ring, it has to have compliance. It has to be composed over the bumps. And there we go. That is the express version of what this car's like. What have I missed? Well, the engine is just magnificent. The Ferrari, the successor to the Speciale, will of course be turbocharged, and the McLaren is turbocharged. They're both great cars, but as you can hear, that V10 is just magnificent. The exhausts glow red hot when you're following it at pace. That's really cool. It just has throttle response unlike any of those other cars. It's got character, and now it's got proper circuitability, something that Lamborghini has never had before. It doesn't understeer, it grips and goes, it's balanced on the throttle, you can play with it. This is a proper car. Yes, I think this is Lamborghini's answer to the Speciale and the LT, and a car that we who like the kind of track end of stuff, the enthusiast drivers, it's a car we can really rally round. It is much, much more than a Huracan with a body kit.